Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Jenna and I'm going to take you through a deep stretch that's relaxing and grounding for all levels and for your whole body. This is good for any time of day. Let's go. All right, so let's come down on our backs to start. Let your spine settle in and your rib cage and your shoulder blades relax. Arms can be down by your side. Bend your knees, feet down on the mat, and rest the knees towards each other. Close the eyes. Let the weight of your head fall back. And release the jaw so your teeth are a tiny bit separated. And start to draw in a few longer, deeper breaths in and out. Make them slowed down. Make them smooth and steady. We'll walk the feet to parallel. Press into both feet. Press into the backs of the arms. And as you inhale, lift the hips up off the mat. As you exhale, lower the hips back down. Let's do several like this. Inhale, keeping that same smooth, steady breath. Exhale to lower. Make these movements smooth and steady. Go nice and slow. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. 2 more. One more. Nice, and hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a good squeeze. Start to rock yourself from left to right, side to side. Massage out the low back area. And with your hands now on the tops of your knees, start to make some circles around. Massaging more through the glutes, through the sacrum. Okay, go other way. And then let's come into happy baby. Pull the knees towards you, widen them apart. And you can reach for the outer edges of your feet, hook onto them with your hands. Pull the knees and elbows back and down. Keep the weight of the head falling back. Offer yourself a small rocking motion here, left to right, side to side. Massaging a new area of your back. And release. Lower the feet back down. Hug the right knee now in towards your chest and stretch the left leg long. Squeeze the knee in. Start to cross it over your body. Take it to the left. Stretch the right arm out to the right. 2 deep breaths here. Let your head fall wherever it wants to fall naturally. Okay, and draw everything back in. Come back onto your back. Plant both of your feet down. Press into them. Lift the hips. Give them a little shake. Make sure everything feels neutral. Before we switch to the other side, squeeze the left knee in, stretch the right leg long. And then start to draw it across your body. Take the knee to the right, stretch the left arm out to the left. Relax the right leg. Your right hand can support you in the pose here. One more deep, full breath. And everything, bring it back to center. Same thing, both feet down on the mat, press into them, lift the hips, give them a little shake out. And then take the soles of the feet together, drop the knees open wide. And if this feels like a lot, as in too much for the inner lines of your thighs, take your fists and tuck them under the upper outer edges of your thighs to support your pose here. Close your eyes. Take 2 full breaths. Okay, use the hands to help the knees to come back together. And again, pull them in towards the chest. Lift your forehead up towards the knees. Squeeze into a tight little ball. Lower the head back down, feet back down on the mat. We're going to come up to a seated position. You can do that any way you like. If it feels good for your spine, you can rock and roll along the length of it a few times to come up into a seated position. I'll face you. So from a comfortable seat, find your sit bones. Lengthen out through your spine. Loop your shoulders back a couple of times. And we'll take the fingers out wide, hands out wide. Really reach out through that middle and ring finger. Keep reaching out, reach up, look up. The palms will touch together and then pull them down the center line of you. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale as you reach up, look up. Exhale, press the palms together, pull down. One more. And once you're down, walk yourself out forward, any amount of forward fold. You could stay on the fingertips. Some of you can come down to your forearms. Drop your head down, and while your head is down, wherever you are, make a couple of semicircles with your neck. Ear over to one shoulder. Back and forth. Good. And then walk yourself back up through center. Uncross your legs. Recross your legs the opposite way. Okay, find your sit bones again. Same thing here. We'll do a second set. Stretch out through the middle and the ring finger a lot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. Moving with your breath. Inhale, reach up. One more. Okay, and crawl the fingertips back out in front of you, any amount. This time we're going to crawl over to the right. Drop down as much as you can there. You can really let go of the head. Take a full breath in, full breath out. And then come up halfway, start to crawl yourself back through center over to the left side. Drop down here, any amount. Let the head fall forward and down. Breath in, breath out. Okay, come back through center. Bring yourself back upright. Loop the shoulders back a couple of times. Good. And we'll come onto all fours from here. Hands are spread through the fingers. Wrists are under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. A few cat and cows here. Drop your belly. Lift your gaze. And then do the opposite. Tuck your tailbone. And tuck your chin. Inhale, look up. And exhale to round. Do a few more like that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Okay, from neutral, take your left hand more to the center of your mat. Spin the right arm up to the sky. Breathe in, twist, stretch the chest open. Breathe out, thread that arm underneath yourself. Drop down onto the right cheek, the right temple. Stay for 2 breaths. Press into the left palm again to come out. Right arm up to the sky one more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come all the way back down. Child's pose here before we switch to the other side. Take the knees a bit wider. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Relax the elbows. Drop the forehead down to the mat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale. Good. Come back up onto all fours in a tabletop position. This time take the right hand more centered. Left hand, take it up to the sky. Breathe in, look up, stretch the chest. Exhale, thread it underneath of you. Drop down to the left cheek and temple. 2 breaths. Okay, press into the right palm to come out. Left arm up to the sky one more time. Breathe in, twist. And breathe out, come all the way back down. Okay, we're gonna walk the hands forward a few inches, tuck the toes under, slowly stretch up and back for downward facing dog. Press into the palms, get long through the spine, long through the sides of your body. Let the head drop. You can bend the knees one at a time here for your first downward facing dog. Come up onto the tippy toes, stretch the bottoms of your feet out. Okay, one more breath here in downward dog. And then take the right leg up and back behind you. Get it really long. Breathe in. Look forward. We're going to shift forward to pigeon pose here on the right side. Stretch the left leg back and long behind you. And then see if you can level out the hips, left to right, up and down. Square them forward, square the shoulders forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and keep that exhale while you walk yourself out onto the forearms. You could stack your fists and rest the forehead on your fists, or come all the way down to the mat. We'll be here for about 3 breaths. So incrementally, start to let the hips relax. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens over a few breaths. See if you can relax the arches of your feet. Separate the teeth slightly. Soften your breath. Lengthen and soften your breath. Okay, slowly start to put some weight and pressure back into the palms. Tuck the back toes. Come up and back into downward facing dog. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Let that release. Let the energy move through your legs again. And we'll switch right over to the other side. Take the left leg up and back. Get it long. Breathe in. Look forward as you shift forward. Pigeon pose on this side. Stretch the right leg back and long behind you. Come onto the tips of your fingers first. Find some length. Square the hips and shoulders forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Come all the way down. Forearms onto the fists, onto a block or pillow if you've got one. Take a few breaths here. Again, incrementally letting the hips relax and sink down towards your mat. Soften the feet. Soften your hands. And see if you can really focus on a couple more long breaths. Take all of your attention right there. Start to put some pressure back into the palms. This time we'll lean over onto the left hip. Swing that right leg all the way around and forwards. Take both legs out in front of you. Give them a little movement through the knees. A windshield wiper motion through left and right. And we'll come into a forward fold here. Knees can bend up any amount, that's fine. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, come all the way forward, any amount. You can hold on to the legs, relax your arms down. If you can reach the feet, hold the feet. Drop the head down and forwards here. Here for a couple of breaths. Keep length through your spine from the low spine to the middle to the upper. Slowly start to come back up, and we'll do a counter pose. There's two options, either reverse tabletop, so pressing into the feet, into the hands, lifting up through the hips, and you could either look up to the sky or drop your head all the way back. Okay, that's one option. Come in and out 2 times. Second option, same idea, point the toes straight through the legs, lift up through the hips. And you can either look up to the sky or drop the head back behind you. So if you've done it twice already, wonderful. Take the soles of the feet together. Find your sit bones again. Let's do a seated cat and cow here. Hold on to the shin bones. Pull yourself through. Breathe in, look up. And then send the chest back. Tuck the chin in as you breathe out. 2 more like that. All right, from center, scoop up the knees and start to lower yourself down back onto your back. We'll hug the knees in towards the chest, lift the forehead to the knees again. Maybe you can kiss or try to kiss your knees for a moment. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in. Good, and then lower the forehead and head back down, feet down to the mat. We're gonna end here the same way we started, with some bridge lifts. So lower the arms down by your side. Press into both feet. Inhale as you lift the hips up. And exhale, lower the hips down. See how smooth and steady you can make this movement. Close your eyes here, tune in, moving with your breath. Okay, final one here. Lift as high as you like and then hold at the top. Okay, start to tuck one shoulder blade under and then the other shoulder blade under. Either flatten your palms down behind your feet, or you might be able to interlace your hands underneath of you. Really press down through the arms, press into the feet, even slightly press into the back of your head. And lift the hips, hold for a breath. And really slowly unwrap the hands, widen the arms, start to lower, lower, lower. Hips down to the mat. Once you're there, drop the knees over to the left and over to the right. Do that a few times. Let the head move. Okay, and we'll slide right into our final resting posture here. Shavasana. Widen your legs about as wide as your mat. Your arms can come down beside you as well. Palms facing up. And let's take 2 extra full breaths here. All the way in, all the way out. Let your final exhale really settle you into a still and quiet place. And bring your hands on your body somewhere, anywhere. And soften your hands onto you. Create a connection point there of care, kindness, compassion. And take one final breath in here, right underneath your hands, wherever they are. Okay, stretch your arms up over your head, get really long. Hug the knees in. Rock yourself sweetly, left to right. Roll onto your right side. Pause there for one breath. And then use your hands to press yourself, help yourself back up into a seat. All right, so loop the shoulders back a couple of times. Lengthen the spine. We'll stretch out through the arms, float them up, breathe in. Get a little bit longer through the whole right side of your body. Okay, and then reach the left side a little bit longer. Now even it out, pull the palms right down to your heart. Bow your forehead towards your fingertips. Close the eyes. Let's take one final breath in here together. Nice. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any comments, please leave them below and be sure to subscribe. See you next time.